What's up, Meta Nerds? This video is all about the Marauder-class Corvette, a capital ship used before the Clone Wars. It was manufactured by Republic Scinar Systems, the same people who made the scimitar used by Darth Maul. Its cost is unknown, but at a length of 195 meters, or 640 feet long, it was about a Jawa sandcrawler longer than the CR-90 Corvette. At 133 meters, or 436 feet across, it was about 1/4 the width of the Venator-class Star Destroyer, or around 4 YT-1300s. At a height of 22 meters, or 72 feet, it was about a Jawa shorter than the AT-AT. To use our standardized unit of measure, the Imperial 1 class Star Destroyer, you could line up 8 Marauders from bow to stern. Its top atmospheric speed of 850 km per hour, or 528 miles per hour, made it equal to the TIE Bomber, while being slower than the CR-90. It was also referred to as the Pocket Cruiser, because this sublight speed was actually faster than the Victory 1 class Star Destroyer, which when combined with its armament, made for a very formidable corvette. The Marauder was equipped with 8 turbolaser cannons and 3 tractor beam projectors, though there were 2 different variants. One removed these tractor beams for an additional 4 turbolasers, and another was referred to as the Missile Cruiser variant, which swapped these out in favor of 4 Diamond Boron missile launchers. These missiles were most known for their use on Broadside-class Cruisers, and gained an infamous reputation throughout the galaxy because their diamond boron coating made it so they couldn't get shot down, and when it inevitably made contact with its target, it had a blast radius of around 50 meters, which was a great way to take out squadrons of fighters. The only reason why these weren't used that often is because each missile cost 20,000 credits, and to give you a frame of reference, that's 1,000 more than the cost of a Vulture droid. The Marauder's complement included 12 starfighters, 2 landing barges, and 4 shuttles, while also being able to transport 80 troops, or 300 metric tons, a weight equal to 375 dewbacks. To make sure all this ran properly, it needed a crew of 129, not including the 48 gunners, though they could get by with a minimal crew of just 52. As for its history, the Marauder was built by Scinar Technologies, a division of Republic Scinar Systems that would eventually become Scinar Fleet Systems, who produced all the TIE fighters. As tensions were rising before the Clone Wars, Scinar pumped out a huge number of these Marauders, believing that they would make great patrol and escort ships for the Galactic Republic, but sadly the purchase orders never came through. This wasn't really due to any faults in the Marauder, but was believed to be due to the inefficient bureaucracy and poor communication within the Republic, which can most likely be read as the right people weren't being bribed. Although orders were slow, they were able to sell some to some smaller governments like the Cathal Republic, along with some larger trading companies and planetary security forces. While this ship was proving to be a rare Scinar failure, the corporate sector authority was keeping an eye on it and decided to cut out the middleman and just buy the right to produce these Marauders on their own. Fine with just breaking even, Scinar sold production rights to the CSA, and they quickly started to produce these ships, using them to protect and patrol their Outer Rim fiefdom. Here they would do everything from stopping pirates, helping the law enforcement of these lucrative worlds, and some even fell into the personal ownership of some very wealthy individual. Towards the end of the Clone Wars and throughout the Galactic Civil War, many Marauders were used to escort Victory-class Star Destroyers. It's important to understand that the corporate sector is a really strange area of the galaxy, which was able to stay independent during the time of the Empire, even though they worked with everybody, making crucial parts and weapons for the Imperial fleets, but also supplying ships and weapons to the Rebel Alliance, as well as criminal organizations like the Hutt cartels and the Zan Consortium. Even the Corellian Resistance owned a Marauder-class Corvette, and their use by so many factions meant that even after the fall of the Empire, you could see Marauder-class Corvettes across the galaxy. The corporate sector itself used it up to at least 19 ABY, but many of them served in the New Republic Defense Fleet, and were last seen in use against the extragalactic invaders during the event known as the Yuuzhan-Vong War. So that's it for its history, but you definitely want to hear these cool facts and behind-the-scenes stuff. The Marauder-class Corvette first appeared in Han Solo at Star's End, where it was called 2 different names, the Authority Corvette and the Epso Assault Ship, and then something called a Pocket Cruiser and outdated Marauder class was in Han Solo in The Lost Legacy, with all these different names being confirmed as the same ship, with the release of Han Solo in the corporate sector sourcebook. Its use of those diamond boron missiles which was meant to balance the Republic and Imperial sides in Empire at War, with the Imperials having the Broadside-class Cruiser. Now what I find incredibly interesting is that a Marauder-class Corvette appeared in the Darth Maul comic series, but everyone critiqued that it's inaccurate, being way smaller than the Scimitar, and only about the size of a starfighter. Now, although not confirmed, in the new Resistance trailer, there is a ship that looks very similar to the Marauder class, and of course it's only the size of a starfighter, so I do wonder if this is supposed to be a reference to the ship, and perhaps even a reference to this comic. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but that's it for the Marauder-class Corvette. If you want to connect with us, help support this channel, or get your own copies of the reference material used in this video, be sure to check out the links in the description down below. But most important of all, remember, the corporate sector is one badass place in space, and the Force will be with you, always.